Hello, YK. I hope you had a super weekend and that you're ready for this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? We're getting into some nicer weather with some more sunshine, and we can all be outside a bunch more. I think that sounds like a super idea. I don't know about you guys, but I love being outside, especially when it's nice and sunny out. So today, we're going to start with Cowboy Joe. So when I get to those pauses, make sure you're practicing moving from your head voice to your chest voice with your high pitch to a low pitch with your yee-haw. All right, I will read for us. Cowboy Joe was a bold young man. He dreamed of rustling cattle most of all. He wanted to see if the cows would come when he let out his cowboy call. He practiced all day, from morning till night. He practiced both summer and fall. He knew someday he'd have the chance to try out his cowboy call. Well, finally one day it was proudly announced that his ma and pa and all were taking a trip to his grandfather's ranch where he could try out his cowboy call. He jumped for joy and grabbed his gear and he ran back down the hall. He hopped into the car and was ready to go to let out his cowboy call. When he arrived at the ranch, he was happy to see that the cows were not in the stall. He dashed to the field where they quietly grazed and he let out his cowboy call. Well, they all did come right up to the fence, and he sure felt 10 feet tall. I'm Cowboy Joe. See how the cows come when I let out my cowboy call? Now that was really some day for Cowboy Joe, and he sure did have a ball. Now he's wanting to try bigger and better things, so he's practicing his elephant call. I tried to choose one that I thought would be your favorite. I was wondering if that one would be more fun or if Big Pig would. So we went with Cowboy Joe this time. All right, moving along, we're going to do one we haven't done for quite a while, but we did a lot at the beginning of the school year. It's Johnny on the Woodpile. And this one is extra special to me because we came up with these motions together in our circle spot sitting on the floor like I am now. We came up with ideas for each phrase of what we thought the motion should be. So this one is special because it makes me think of you guys and making up those motions together and our haircut, and you guys would always chop the hair off. So this is a repeat after me song. So I'll do the call and you're gonna respond. So just repeat after me with the motions too. Johnny on the woodpile. Johnny on the fence. Johnny got a haircut for 15 cents. Good job, guys. That one's pretty fun. I know for a lot of our boys where you just have your short hair and then that little bit on top, you like to just kind of like you're getting it buzzed off. For me with my long hair, maybe some of our girls having your finger scissors, that would be your haircut for 15 cents. I am not saying you should ever cut your own hair. That's just how our silly song goes. The last song I want to do with us today is one that I chose because I think it is your actual favorite. We've done this semi-recently, especially if you've been on the Zoom call, but I think it's a favorite because of that last verse. That's your hint. So we are going to sing My Aunt Came Back. So please repeat after me. And I'm not going to hum your part, just like I didn't hum your part for Johnny on the Woodpile. So you have to listen really close so you can sing back exactly what I sing. Oh, my aunt came back from Timbuktu. She brought with her a wooden shoe. Oh, my aunt came back from old Japan. She brought with her a waving fan. Oh, my aunt came back From old Algiers, she brought with her a pair of shears. Oh, my aunt came back from Guadeloupe. She brought with her a hula hoop. Oh, my aunt came back from the county fair. She brought with her a rocking chair. Oh, my aunt came back from the city zoo. She brought with her a nut like you. You guys, I can only imagine how you would always say, "You are the nut, Miss Wallace." And you're right, I am a little nutty. So the very last activity we're going to do, that was our last song. Our last activity is something we've, I don't think, ever done before. But I think it's really fun and really neat. It's called Rose, Bud, Thorn. Rose, you've probably seen, it's a flower. It's really pretty. Sometimes, though, flowers have buds. Those are when they're kind of closed up, the flower hasn't bloomed yet. It's called a bud. It hasn't bloomed yet, but it's going to turn into a flower. And then the thorns, those prickly things that can be on the stem that if you ever grab them, they hurt your hand. So the way this works is rose is the best part. The bud is what you're looking forward to because it's going to happen. And the thorn is the part that you didn't like so much, that could have been a lot better. So I'm going to share my rose, bud, and thorn for our class, for our YK music class. And if you're able to, have your parents help you. They can type up your rose, bud, and thorn for music class, and they can email them to me. They could send them to Mrs. Perkins on Remind. I am on Remind as well. And I would love to hear what your rose, bud, and thorn are for music class from the time we had together this year. So first, my rose. My rose with you wonderful kiddos for YK music class. It's a little silly, but was probably when you guys got the two tall telephone poles. Between them a wire is strung. Two little birds hopped onto the wire and swung, swung, swung. Because I wasn't sure how well you guys would do with that. That's a lot of finger work. And you just practiced so hard. The bigger kids were trying it, like kindergarten, and might have done it with first grade, and they were having a hard time and getting really frustrated. But you guys just were super hard workers, and I think seeing your ability to work hard and not get angry when things didn't come right away, I think that's my rose. My bud, which is what I'm looking forward to for you guys in music, is just knowing how much talent you have. You're only, 5, 6, you're still very young, and you have a whole bunch of talent. You've shown me your ability to match pitch. If I sing a note, you can sing it back to me. You can sing with me. You have some great dance moves. You've got a lot of spunk to you. You come up with some crazy dance moves when we do. Did you ever see a lassie or laddie? I'm talking about Camden's dance move, but you're all laughing now. We all know Camden's main dance move. My bud is just knowing that you're amazing kids and that you're gonna go on. You're gonna open up and bloom just like a bud blooms into a beautiful flower. I know that's gonna be true of each of you. You're amazing kiddos. And my thorn is probably just that our time together had to end this way. A little selfish on my part, but I just love being in person with you. So I think my thorn is honestly just that we didn't get to have these last however many weeks together in person before Mr. O'Donnell and I traded jobs. So that's what I'm going to close with today. Just reminding you that this is my last video for YK. This is my last week as the Payne Elementary music teacher. Next week, starting on Monday, May 4th, Mr. O'Donnell will be full-time with you guys. So he will maybe send your parents a letter or you a letter. He might send an email, a video. I'm not exactly sure. But he'll be reaching out to you guys and helping you learn and grow as students and musicians moving forward through the rest of the school year. You guys are amazing. It hurts my heart to not be your teacher anymore. I'll be honest with you and share that, because YK was probably tied for very first place for my favorite class. So thanks for being such super listeners and my best little buddies. Have a great rest of your school year.